Getting more wisdom today. It's Proverbs every day. Chapter 12. This is episode 317. Yeah, reading through the.
It's time for Proverbs every day. Words of wisdom show you the way. Every month a whole new look, different version of the book. Reading the whole chapter each calendar day. Proverbs every day. Proverbs every day.
All right, diving into Proverbs 12. Modern English Version. Whoever loves instruction loves knowledge, but he who hates reproof is brutish. A good man obtains favor of the Lord, but a man of wicked devices he will condemn. A man will not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous will not be moved. I'm having a day, folks. I'm having a day. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she who brings shame is as rottenness in his bones. The thoughts of the righteous are right, but the counsels of the wicked are deceit. The words of the wicked are lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright will deliver them. The wicked are overthrown and are not. What? The wicked are overthrown and are not. I'm assuming that means that they are dead, perish. But the house of the righteous will stand. You know, I actually want to take a second look at this. I don't want to misspeak. I don't want to have misses in this. So let's take a look at that. So 7 and are no more. Okay. I'm really not liking this translation very much. I'm sorry. Making me work for it. Yep. Earning my keep, even though this doesn't pay me anything. Oops. Yeah. Verse 8. A man will be commended according to his wisdom, but he who is of a perverse heart will be despised. He who is lightly esteemed has a servant. He who is lightly esteemed and has a servant is better than he who honors himself and lacks bread. A righteous man regards the life of his animal, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. He who tills his land will be satisfied with bread, but he who follows vain persons is void of understanding. The wicked covet the plunder of evil men, but the root of the righteous yields fruit. Just an observation here, and that is that we talked through sowing and rains, but this is like going backwards from that. This is tilling is a process that you do before you sow, before you spread the seeds and if necessary, bury them in the ground. See, who tills his land will be satisfied with bread. But he who follows vain persons is void of understanding. Also worth a highlight there. So I think I'm trying to see how tills his land is the opposite of follows vain persons. I think this might be kind of referring to being willing to improve yourself. At least that's how I'm interpreting this. Is that it is that tilling is that process of churning the ground to bring nutrients up, right? So I think this kind of says to me, okay, it's a matter of getting those nutrients up within yourself is not an easy process. It's a painful process in a lot of cases, but you need to go through that. You need to invest the time and in some cases the money to actually invest in yourself and learn and take out the things that shouldn't be there. So it's tilling. And so I think that's different than a person who's vain, who just assumes that they know it all. That's how I'm interpreting that. The wicked covet the plunder of evil men, but the root of the righteous yields fruit. Verse 13, the wicked is snared by the transgression of his lips, but the just will come out of trouble. A man will be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth, and the recompense of a man's hands will be rendered to him. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he who listens to counsel is wise. Pretty common highlight there. A fool's wrath is presently known, but a prudent man covers shame. Yeah, again, I'm not sure I like the wording there, but I think it's by being prudent, it's covering the shame, not a prudent man covers up the shame as in they're trying to hide it. Yeah. This is troublesome. He who speaks truth shows forth righteousness, but a false witness, deceit. There is one who speaks like the piercing of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. The truthful lip will be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Verse 20. Deceit is in the heart of those who imagine evil, but the counselors of peace is joy. But to the counselors of peace is joy. Verse 21. There will no evil happen to the just, but the wicked will be filled with mischief. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but those who deal truly are his delight. A prudent man conceals knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaims foolishness. The hand of the diligent will rule, but the slothful will be put into forced labor. Heaviness in the heart of man makes it droop, but a good word makes it glad. The righteous is a guide to his neighbors. The way of the wicked leads them astray. The slothful man does not roast that which he took in hunting, but the substance of a diligent man is precious. Verse 28. The way of righteousness is life, and in its pathway there is no death. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not so sure what to say about that. Um, Sometimes I get thrown off by little ways that are worded that make it more difficult to pull out the what spirit is trying to guide me towards. And so sorry for those little delays there, but sometimes I feel like I need to not just take it at face value what the words might be interpreted as, but to clarify. That's just a yeah, a challenge, but nothing less. But the righteous is a guide to his neighbors, as it says, and so I want to be a good guide as much as I can. In any event, that'll probably do us for today. We'll try again tomorrow. I do have a prayer request for today, specifically if you're watching this on the day of its release. That I have some I guess craziness this week in terms of what really should be done versus the things that I have put on my calendar and they're at conflict. And so what is needed is that diligent hand. Um, that whole like verse 27 says, the slothful man does not roast that's what he took in hunting, but the substance of a diligent man is precious. And diligence is what I need right now. I need to what this literally feels like to me right now is that whole notion of the um, that which you took in hunting. So you've gone half of the way, but not all the way. And this, unfortunately, is a bit of a pattern with me that I will get something almost to the way there, then get discouraged and just let it go. And so I'm in a season of that kind of thing being a challenge. And so with this week, I'm looking at my list of tasks that have to be done, and a lot of them are well, most of them are carried over from last week because I was not diligent enough last week. And so some of these are impacting what I can do to move forward. And so there's a lot of diligence needed. But one of those things that I am need to be diligent in, I'm hoping will be something that will be beneficial to you. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that for the moment. But let's just say that I have the ability to deliver some book studies and trainings that one of those things where it's be optional for you to actually buy the book, but is something that I think will be a good way to move forward and kind of introduce some concepts. And so my hope is to be able to give you all a heavily discounted access to those things. Not everything I can give away for free. I think I've mentioned that before, but my hope is that by early next week, or yeah, not actually possibly even this week, if I can get it pulled off, that I'll have the ability for you to enroll in those one-on-one classes with me very soon, or one-on-one live classes. I need to be specific. They're not that I'm not allowed to record them, so it will be a live class. And so I'm trying to look for the right times and the right venue kind of things to do this. But I will be able to do this virtually, which is cool. So I don't have to actually go, or you don't have to come to me to get these trainings. I'll be able to deliver them virtual to you in the comfort of your own home or wherever you'd like to watch. It'll definitely be delivered from my own home where I'm comfortable. So there's that. So pray for my diligence this week that this is something that gets done. All right. In the meantime, be blessed by the best, and then go be a blessing to all the rest. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.
turns wrath aside. Harsh words spark the fiercest tide. Honesty, a beacon bright, lies dissolve in darkest night. A proverb a day will bring wisdom your way, bringing you a chapter each calendar day. Proverbs every day. Proverbs every day. Seek truth world where the light resides. Turn away from hurtful lies. Walk with honor, rise each day. Follow love and you'll find your way. Gentle hand turns life desire. Turn away from hurtful lies. Walk with honor, rise each day. Follow love and you'll find your way. A proverb a day will bring wisdom your way.